Will raw milk cure your Crohn's disease? This is a good treatment. Raw milk is something that I drank for a really long time, but what really got my Crohn's disease under control was my 13-day protocol, and I give you a free preview of that in my webinar down below. But let's talk about raw milk for a second. Raw milk is milk that hasn't been pasteurized, so it still has all of its probiotics, and it has all of its enzymes and heat-sensitive nutrients. So when we pasteurize milk, it allows it to sit on the shelf longer, but it harms some of the nutrients and it makes it a little bit... Pasteurized milk is still super easy to digest, but raw milk is even easier to digest and has even more nutrients in it. So there's this book, it's called The Milk Diet by Dr. Porter, and the milk diet was a popular remedy for going all the way back to Hippocrates' time. But you need to drink about 1 gallon to 1.5 gallons of raw milk every single day. And you do that by drinking about a cup of milk. You drink a cup of milk like every 30 minutes throughout the day, and it eventually will add up to it. And again, depending on your size, for someone my size, I was drinking almost somewhere around 2 gallons or 8 liters of raw milk every single day. I was just peeing all day long. It was not fun. So I heard about this diet, and then I lived in Virginia at the time, and it was illegal in my state. And so in order to get raw milk, what I had to do was either drive up to Pennsylvania, which was like a 2-hour drive one way, or there was a farmer down the road, and then when I say down the road, like, again, 2 hours away, where if you bought part of the cow, it's like a cow share program, you technically owned part of the cow, and the milk was your own property, and you're allowed to do whatever you want with your own property. So I signed up for the cow share. I asked the farmer, like, hey, can I get 10 gallons of raw milk for a week for like about a month or two? And they're like, yeah, sure, if you want. It's going to be like $200-300. I'm like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And I did it. And I didn't see any change in my symptoms. All I did was just pee a lot because I was drinking so much liquids. And I've seen many other people do this raw milk diet and not get symptoms. And the reason why it used to work in the past and it doesn't work today, and I took this to the extremes, guys. At one point, I quit my job and I worked on a raw dairy farm. So I was drinking raw milk straight from the teat. And I still was skinny. I still had food intolerances. Now, the big part of the old program, raw milk diet programs, is complete bed rest. And this book that I'm referring to was like from the early 1900s. So there's no radio, there's no internet, there's no TV, there's barely any newspapers. You might get the newspaper once a week or something like that. Most people didn't know how to read or write. So there's a lot less stimulants coming into your environment. And when you would go to a sanitarium. So somehow you would, through horse, buggy, and train, or boat, you would go from your house to the sanatorium, which would probably take a week to get there, even if it was like in the same state. And then you just rest there for a month or two in bed. And now what this does is it helps the person detach from the conflict that is putting their gut in and out of overdrive. Your Crohn's disease it's controlled from your brain. Everybody with Crohn's disease, they're going to have a ring in their brain in the exact same location 100% of the time. And now what I show you in my webinar, where I give you a glimpse of my 13-day protocol, I show you exactly what your body is doing. Like what you need to go watch this. If you have not watched my webinar, you need to watch my webinar. Because you can spend, hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on raw milk and all sorts of special foods, and it's going to go straight into the toilet if we don't have that conflict under control. Now, going on bed rest helped that person maybe forget about the conflict. I don't know if it helped resolve their conflict. It depended on the person. But yeah, food intolerances, when we address the root cause, when we address the PTSD triggers, putting your gut in and out of overdrive, when we address the conflict that's putting your gut in and out of overdrive, food intolerances go away in a day. And, depending on how intense the conflict is, and that's all it is. It's your brain putting your gut in and out of overdrive, and that's what's giving your symptoms. And And what's putting your gut in and out of overdrive is the conflict. And in my program, I have exercises on here that I developed with a hypnotist expert and an NLP expert, where we find the memory that put your gut in and out, that put your gut into overdrive in the first place, and I help you come to peace with it, because you're still haunted by it, whether on a conscious or a subconscious level. That's all this is. It's good. Raw milk is a great food, but for a lot of us, it's $20, $25 a gallon in California. It spoils really fast. It's not a fun. It's a lot of time, energy, and money to manage having raw milk consumption. And at the end of the day, it's not related to the root cause whatsoever. It is stress related. So raw milk will not fix your Crohn's disease. My name's Mike, the Heal Your Gut Guy. Go and watch my webinar, people. It will save your life. Go watch it now.